Here we go, Steelers fans. My name is Jack Sperry. Welcome into Steelers Talk. Today we got some great draft rumors to go over. We got a mock draft reaction, also some Steelers news when it comes to a backup quarterback. So here's what we got today. We got 3 topics we're going to be talking about. Bleacher Report reveals who they think is the dream round 1 draft prospect for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2023. And then PFF came out with their latest mock draft. I am going to be reacting to that. And then Mason Rudolph is apparently done with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to be giving you all the details in just a second. But before we get into today's content, I would really appreciate it if you go down and like this video right now. It is a free and easy way to help out the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, it's going to tell the YouTube algorithm that you like the channel and to push it out to new Steelers fans. So if you want to help Steelers Talk grow, go ahead and like this video for me right now. All right, so let's start with Bleacher Report, who revealed who they think is the dream first-round prospect for all 32 NFL teams, including the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the player that they have as their dream round 1 prospect for the Steelers is offensive tackle Broderick Jones out of Georgia. Now, you guys know that I am a fan of Broderick Jones. You know, I think that he's in that category with Peter Skoronski and Paris Johnson Jr. to be the best offensive tackle prospect in this year's draft class. You look at his grade last year, very solid at 78.2 according to Pro Football Focus. He's a very powerful run blocker, so if the Steelers are looking to establish more of a potent run game next year, and I think they are, I think they're going to like Jones's ability to move and affect the line of scrimmage. And then also in pass protection last year, is he the most refined guy out there? No, but I certainly think it's good enough. He did not allow a sack last year in the SEC, the best conference in college football. So I really think that he is a solid player. You take a look at the other 3 players that they could be looking at that offensive tackle position. It's kind of a weaker offensive tackle class. I think Peter Skoronski is the best all-around offensive tackle prospect. I think he's probably going to go top 15, if not top 10. I think he's that good. Then Paris Johnson Jr., maybe a little bit less refined, but he's got the physical tools. Pretty much the same thing with Broderick Jones being a former 5-star, and then Anton Harrison, somebody that could be creeping up into the first round if he shows out at the NFL Combine this week. But as for Broderick Jones, guys, I think that he's a really good fit for what the Steelers are looking to do. Somebody that's a former 5-star prospect. He's got the long arms you look for. He's got the strength that you look for. I really think that he's going to be a good prospect in the National Football League. The question is he the dream round 1 prospect for the Steelers? I think he's certainly one of them, but let me know in the comments section right now, who is your dream first rounder for the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason? Let me know in the comments section. This is the pinned comment on today's show, so whenever you get an ad break here, go ahead, go into the comment section, find the pinned comment. It'll be right there at the top, and answer today's question. So now let's go over a mock draft here. It is Mock Draft Monday, where I react to another person's mock draft, and PFF came out with a very interesting one, a 2-rounder from Trevor Sikkema, and you know, he has some pretty good picks here for the Steelers, I'm not going to lie. Round 1 here. He has them taking Darnell Wright. This is another mock draft. Daniel Jeremiah had the Steelers taking Darnell Wright in his 1.0 NFL mock draft, and now PFF is starting to get on that train as well. Darnell Wright, right tackle from the Tennessee Volunteers. Very, very good player. I really think that he is somebody that can be a true left tackle in the league. He's gotten better over the course of his career. In 2020, he allowed 5 sacks, but as his career went on, he was fantastic. He's a great run stuffer. Some people think that he's going to be more of a guard, not a tackle prospect, but I'm going to give my thoughts on Darnell Wright in just a second. But first, let's have a word from our sponsor at Cultivate. Today's Steelers Talk video is sponsored by Cultivate, the free browser extension that brings transparency to your Amazon shopping experience. Cultivate shows you the brand, seller, or product origin and identifies local alternatives that support local community efforts while saving you money. With over 50% of Amazon U.S. sellers based in China, Cultivate offers a way to avoid trickery from these sellers and keep money in the U.S. economy. Cultivate offers alternatives that are on average 30% less expensive than Amazon without any additional costs, such as Amazon Prime. It can even identify local alternatives that you can pick up the same day. Cultivate users earn free donations as rewards for using the extension, and the more you use it, the more you earn in donations by increasing your level. In fact, Cultivate donates 51% of the revenue they make on your purchase. So what are you waiting for? Go to wecultivate.us/chatsports and download Cultivate for free. Let Cultivate bring transparency, savings, and community support to your Amazon shopping journey. Support the show and download with our link. It's down in the comments and description of today's video. So my thoughts on Darnell Wright, guys, is I think he's a very, very solid prospect. Last year, look at his PFF grade, 71.4. Not bad, but certainly not great either. You know, he played right tackle at Tennessee his entire career. He's a massive, massive human being, and he's going to be one heck of a run blocker in the National Football League. Many people don't believe that he can transition over to the left tackle. They think that he could be a really, really good right tackle or even an offensive guard, which many reports have actually indicated that the Steelers think this guy is an offensive guard prospect, an elite one at that, and if they draft him this early, it's going to be to put him at guard and not offensive tackle. I'm not sure if I buy those reports, but that is what is going around the rumor mill. And the big question for me is Darnell Wright a reach for the Steelers at 17? Somebody that's going to be a right tackle or a guard as opposed to probably a left tackle at the NFL level. You know, at a top 20 pick on somebody that's not going to be a left tackle, is that too high? I think it might be. I really like Darnell Wright as a prospect. If the Steelers take him, say, at number 32 overall, I certainly wouldn't mind that. But at number 17, I think that's a bit rich for my taste. So the second round pick, at the top of the second round here, Trevor Sikkema from PFF has the Steelers taking Kelly Ringo from the Georgia Bulldogs. And you guys know I've talked about Kelly Ringo a ton on the show, guys, and he is going to absolutely jump out of the gym at the combine this week. This guy is 6'2", 210 pounds. This guy is built like kind of a smaller linebacker, and this guy can run. He's going to run extremely fast. The agility drills, hopefully, the agility drills are going to be the big thing for him. You know, he could get lost a bit in coverage against really good route runners. His change of direction isn't all that good. His long speed's great. He's got the physical ability. He is a hard hitter. The big question for him is he going to be able to stick with some of these elite route runners at the National Football League level? And to be honest with you, I'm not sure how interested the Steelers are going to be in a guy like Kelly Ringo, who is going to be more of a project, somebody that's going to have to learn, somebody that is still a bit raw. I think that they might be looking for someone that's more of an immediate contributor, someone like a Christian Gonzalez, maybe a Joey Porter Jr., maybe a Cam Smith, somewhere along those lines, someone that's ready to play right away, and Emmanuel Forbes maybe in the second round. Kelly Ringo, I think, is somebody that's going to need a little bit of time in the NFL to learn, to grow, and I'm just not sure if the Steelers, who are trying to be in win-now mode, really have the patience for that kind of player. Then in the second round here, pick 49, they have Bryan Bresee falling all the way to number 49, one of the top defensive tackle prospects in this year's draft. And quite honestly with you guys, I just don't think Bresee is going to be here at 49, but if he is, this would be a fantastic pick for the Steelers. Now, the thing with Bresee is that he has an incredible athletic profile. He is fast. He is big. He is strong. He's got great flashes on tape of blowing plays up in the run game. And, you know, he could be really, really good, but he's wildly inconsistent in his time in Clemson. I think that he's going to be somebody that I think coaching is going to be a big thing with this guy because he still needs to be coached up a bit. He's been injured, but he is also a great scheme fit for what the Steelers want to do on defense. He needs to go to a defense that's a one-gap penetrating run scheme. That's exactly what the Steelers run. He could potentially replace Cam Hayward when he eventually retires as that 3 technique. In the meantime, he's probably athletic enough to play that 5 technique, and he would be a fantastic fit. I think that the Steelers will actually look to maybe even draft this guy in the first round, and if he's here at pick number 49, I think the team is going to be absolutely ecstatic, and they will sprint that card up to the podium because this is somebody that is seen as one of the top defensive tackle prospects in this year's NFL draft class. Many people have him ranked behind only Jalen Carter, so for him to fall to number 49 is a bit perplexing to me. I don't think he's going to be here at 49, but hey, if PFF wants to give us Bryan Bresee 49th overall, I am not going to complain whatsoever. So grade PFF Steelers Steelers mock draft for me in the comment section right now. What do you think of this mock draft? A, B, C, D, or F? For me, I am going to give this one about a B. I think the right pick is a little too early. I think the Ringo pick maybe doesn't make sense for what the Steelers are looking for right now, but I really do love the pick for Brian Brzee, even though it's unrealistic, so I'll give it a B, B minus, somewhere in that range. So before I say goodbye today, guys, I want to cover this story here that Mason Rudolph is reportedly done with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is something that we've been kind of knowing here in Pittsburgh, here in the fandom for a while. He's probably not going to come back. The Steelers didn't treat him all that well this season. And according to the Athletics Pittsburgh Steelers writer Mike Kaboly, he is not coming back because there were some reports that he could be coming back, that he might be open to the opportunity. But this is what Kaboly had to say on a radio program last week. He said, "Trust me, I've talked to Mason a number of times. He's pretty much done with the Steelers, and rightfully so." And, you know, you look at Rudolph, he did not play in 2022. He was told that he had a shot at the starting job. He actually had a really nice camp. And then after that, he doesn't even take a snap during the 2022 season as the Steelers quarterback. He had an opportunity to play a couple of weeks, and they decided to go with other guys like Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett. And Trubisky actually played pretty decently in his time as the Steelers quarterback. He wasn't awful per se, 65% completions, 4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He did have that 3 interception game. His PFF grade was actually pretty darn high last year. And right now the thing is, Mitchell Trubisky is expected to be the backup quarterback. He was seen training with Kenny Pickett and a bunch of other Steelers offensive players in Florida last week. It's looking like that he is open to the idea of signing an extension to lower his cap hit for 2023 because it's pretty high right now. But let me know who you want the Steelers to bring in as their backup quarterback next season. Do you want Mitchell Trubisky? Do you want maybe a free agent like Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield? Or do you maybe want them to draft somebody like a Stetson Bennett or a Max Duggan or maybe a Jake Haener, someone along those lines? Let me know who you want the QB2 to be next season in the comment section below. That's going to do it for today's show, Yinzers. I really do appreciate you stopping by. Make sure if you haven't liked the video already, go ahead and do that. It really helps us out here at the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.